All right, well, let's finish this chapter. My iPad did something weird there. So we're still in chapter 16, and Bobblewort and Eggcorn have shown up and hit the twins over the head. The twins woke up with splitting headaches. They were bound together with rope in the back of a very familiar cart. Hey, Eggcorn, look who's waking up, Bobblewort said. The little thieves have arisen, Eggcorn said. The goblin and troll were driving the same exact cart, but it was being pulled by a different donkey. The previous one had most likely been used to death. They kept Alex's bag between them as they traveled down the road. Alex and Connor fought against the ropes, but they were tied with triple knots around their hands and feet. Where are we? Connor asked. Alex strained her neck, looking up out of the cart, but managed to recognize some familiar trees. We're back where they caught us the first time, Alex said. We must have been knocked out for an entire day. Would you like us to make it 2 days? Asked Eggcorn, raising his club. This can't be happening again, Connor said. You can't enslave us again. We told the fairies about you. Oh, yes, we know, Bobblewort said. They came and gave us all very long lectures about it, Eggcorn said, and they shut off all of our tunnels, thanks to you. Eggcorn said, now we have to take the long way into our territory. Then let's go, Connor said. Not this time, Eggcorn said. You stole our king's crown while in our kingdom. According to the Happily Ever After Assembly's rules, we have every right to bring you back into our kingdom and charge you for your crime. It's going to be one heck of a trial, Bobblewort said. Every troll and goblin will be there, and we've already scheduled you for beatings after the trial is over. Everyone in the territory will turn out, Eggcorn said, and he and the troll howled with laughter. Connor stayed calm about the matter. He raised his tied hands over the side of the cart. The scratch on his arm was still healing, and he stretched so a few drops of his blood fell from his wound and onto the ground as they traveled. What are you doing? Alex asked. I'm leaving a trail, Connor said. She didn't know what to think of this, but she trusted him. Whatever he was doing, he had a plan. A few hours later, the twins had managed to shift themselves up into a seated position. The troll and the goblin continued entertaining themselves by predicting the horrible things the twins would go through once they got back to the troll and goblin territory. Connor began seeing dark figures running between the trees in the distance like he had seen in the cave. Get ready, Connor said. They're here. Alex mentally prepared herself for whatever was about to happen. That was faster than I expected, she said. A small howl came from the trees. Eggcorn and Bobblewort pulled on their donkey's reins and ordered it to stop. The cart came to a halt. Did you hear that? Eggcorn asked. Yeah, I did, Bobblewort said. They both pulled out their clubs and hopped off the cart, circling it for a moment. Over there, Bobblewort said. I see something. The troll and the goblin took off into the trees. Help me get into my bag, Alex said to her brother. They began inching toward the front of the cart. Alex got a hold of her school bag with her teeth and dragged it into the back with them. It landed right by her tied hands, and she managed to open it and pull out Cinderella's glass slipper, almost spraining her wrist in the process. What are you doing? Connor asked her. Something that's going to hurt my soul and make me hate myself for the rest of my life, Alex said. She forcefully hit the slipper against the floor of the cart and broke it into 3 pieces. She used one of the shards to cut her and her brother loose. Whoa, Connor said. Never in a million years did I think you would do that. That was pretty gangster. We can glue it back together, right? Alex said, trying to frantically put the glass slipper back together in a puzzle. It'll still work for the wishing spell, won't it? Connor said. The spell never said it had to be in one piece, Alex said. They put the pieces of the slipper into Alex's bag and jumped out of the cart. They ran into the forest in the opposite direction than the troll and the goblin had gone. A few moments later, they heard the spine-chilling screams and howls as the troll and goblins were attacked by the big, bad wolf pack. The horrible sounds made the twins run faster. They knew it would be only a matter of seconds before the wolves picked up on their scents and would be right behind them. They didn't even know where they were going. They just knew they had to get somewhere safe as fast as possible. Alex was eyeing the forest around them. There was a deep roar coming from close by. Could they be near the ocean? We're farther south than I thought, Alex said. I think we may be back in the fairy kingdom. Then let's find a fairy who can turn these wolves into chihuahuas, Connor said. He turned back, and in the distance behind them they could see several wolves running toward them at full speed. A moment later, the twins saw the wolves running slightly ahead of them to both their right and their left, gaining ground and preparing for the attack. The twins ran through a set of thick trees and then came to a sudden and jarring stop. They were standing on the edge of a very high cliff overlooking the ocean. "How'd we get to the ocean so fast?" Connor yelled. "Look," Alex said. "It's Mermaid Bay. We're somewhere between the Fairy Kingdom and the Sleeping Kingdom." Connor looked behind them. The wolves were only a few feet away from pouncing on them. "Now it looks like we're somewhere between death and dying," Connor said. "Alex, I'm really sorry about this." "Sorry about what?" "Ah!" Alex screamed. Connor pushed his sister and himself off the cliff seconds before they would have been tackled by the wolves. They were falling so fast they couldn't breathe or hear each other's screams. All they could hear was the air rushing past them. The twins plummeted into the ocean. The wolves stayed on top of the cliff for a few minutes, waiting for them to surface in the water. But they saw nothing. The twins were gone. Well, you're going to have to come back next week to find out what happened to those twins. Have a great day.